to another episode of Big Rob Racing. Today I'm going to be showing you how to split some headlights. I've been wanting to do this mod for a while, never had time, but all of a sudden I have. So I've got time, so I'll see you at my garage. Right, welcome to my garage. So we're going to be splitting these headlights down to paint them black. The tools you're going to need are, you're going to need a heat gun, some masking tape, some black tape, a Stanley knife, something to measure with. One of these is the best, a caliper, a pen, plastic trim tool, a wire brush, a nylon brush, 600 grit sandpaper, wet sandpaper, and a tub for some water. You're going to need some screwdrivers, flathead and pozzies, also some Torx, and then you're going to need a small ratchet and a 7mm socket. Let's get started. All them tools I've just said you need, you want to push them all to one side. You're going to need to get your Stanley knife, a small flathead screwdriver and a large flathead screwdriver, and your heat gun. If you haven't got a heat gun, you could try and use an airdryer, but it's just best to have the better kit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the heat gun going. I'm going to start going around this black plastic edge of the headlight, just warming it up and get that sealant warm, and then we can start splitting them. Right, the plastic has just started to become pliable, so you want to try and lever it up with your small screwdriver, get in between the lens and the black plastic, just start levering it up gently, nice and gently, because you don't want to misshape it too much, because it'll be too hard to get back together when you do come back to putting them together. So you just want to do that all the way around, and then get your Stanley knife in and cut that sealant. Broke the bond with the sealant, your lens should start coming out like that, and I'm almost there now, and you can hear sealant breaking. But you don't want to stress it too much. Just get your screwdriver in, just lever it out. I think we're about there now. There we go. One lens. For the next bit, you need to get yourself a screwdriver where you can put a Torx bit on end, because you need a really thin shaft. You've got 3 screws here holding this big silver bit in. Oh, 4, and one on there on the corner. So you want to undo them, and that'll come away. So I say this every time I do something on car. If you're taking screws and bolts and nuts off, get yourself one of these magnetic trays, and everything will just stay in that tray then. You'll not lose anything. Right, so this, you just push and pull, and then you've got your DRL connected there, so be careful at wires with that. So you need to get this chrome piece off around the indicator, and there's 3 screws holding that, but you took 2 of them out to get that off. So you just take that one off, and then that will come off. So that's off. So you've got a little board here. So what you need to do is you pull that out, because it's like slid in, and then this plug here, this one here, you just pull off like that, and then that disconnects that. So you put that to one side a minute. Right, this is the hard bit. To get this out without damaging it, it's pretty hard. So what a few people say is get a screwdriver in behind there pop it out. Well, I've tried that and it's alright, but you risk damaging that. So just pull very gently on this. Right, see these bolts, these nuts and these bolts, these hold the projector in to this frame. What you need to do is measure from the top of that to the base of that when I'm using this caliper, and that's 15.9. You need to do it for all three and write it down on some paper, so when you come back to put it together your light alignment isn't out. This is our special guest for today, Poppy the Cocker Spaniel, 7 months, aren't you? She's very nosy, she can't stay in garage because she eats stuff that she shouldn't be, and she just bounces off at walls, as you can see. Come on, get down. I've got a Cocker Spaniel on my head. Come on. Right, this is the more tedious bit, which I absolutely hate. I just hate sanding altogether. It's just one of them jobs that's just shite in it. So what you need is you need some 600 grit wet sandpaper, some water, and we're going to get started on these. So we've got this sanded down, we've got that bit sanded down. We need to do this bit now. This is the housing for your projector. This is where your high beam goes. What I'm going to do, I'm mask it off so that I still have use of my high beam. It doesn't really matter with projector bit. So, and then I'm going to wet sand it all, and then hopefully we can get on to paint. Right. So as you can see here, I've masked it off best I can, and then cut away whatever are extra. It is I do advise if you're going to do this, use proper tape, some nice 3M tape, because it gives a nice crisp edge, whereas your cheaper stuff doesn't really give a nice edge, it's like rough. So always use the better materials if you can. Right, I'm going to wet sand this and then we're going to clean them ready for paint. So now you've done all your wet sanding, your parts should look like this. So now you need to get some IPA or panel wipe and a microfiber cloth and just give them a clean, ready for primer. This is my little setup. It's a bit dark in here, so I had to make myself a light bar. It's starting to rain. Right, so I'm going to hit it with some grey primer, prime them. I'm going to do at least 3 coats of primer and 3 coats of black. So let's get on with it. Right, so last night I had enough, so I just did a quick layer of black. I went to bed like. So a new day, and we're going to get one last coat of black on just to get the bits that I've missed, and then let it dry and it should be ready to assemble, because the lens and the black bit I've cleaned all the sealant out the edges, so that's ready to go. So all we have to do is get these painted and get it put back together really and seal it up. Right, everything's dry. I've mounted the projector back in. I've used my measurements that I wrote down to make sure everything's in line properly. It's just a case of putting it back together really. I'll not bore you with that. I'll put it back together and then I'll show you sealing. Right, so we're almost ready for sealing. What I've just done is I've gone around with a heat gun and a plastic trim tool and just smooth these edges down. And because when I've heated it up to get the lens out, I've bent it a bit. So just heat it up with a heat gun and flatten it out, get a kind of shape to it. Then you want to test fit your lens, make sure it goes on, and then we're almost ready for sealing. You just have to clean it, and then we can put the lens back on. So I've just cleaned these with some. I've just cleaned the lens with glass cleaner on the inside and the outside. The best way to do it would if I had an air compressor, but I don't have one yet. So, and then your painted bit, just get a dry cloth and just gently go around and get any dust off. Don't be spraying it out, because I did that with my first set and it just fucked paint up, so I had to do it again. So the sealant I'm using is Tiger Seal. It's pretty strong stuff. It bonds it, so you've got to do this once and do it right. So you want to make sure your lens fits when you've redone all your plastic, and you don't want too much but you don't want too little, if you know what I mean. You want it just right. So let's get to it. So you want a nice even smooth line all the way around. You don't want any gaps in it or anything. Just nice even smooth line. Got a nice seal on that. Right, what I do is I just put a little bit of weight on top and just leave it for 24 hours now. So